Good morning, viewers. This is Nargis Zahra with another exciting episode of our program, Women and Power Redressing the Balance. And today, the success story that I'm going to share with you by herself is of Miss Ishrat Memon. She is working with Women Commission for the last 3 years. She is among those competent 23 ladies from whom the society and the community at this level has been benefiting a lot. And she was also awarded with Community Service Award by the Governor of Maryland. So it's really an honor to get in touch with a female from Asia and South Asia, making her name, coming here and settling down and being an inspiration in her work, in her field for so many people, and above all, being a mother, being an educationist myself. Her field of work has been I think, a source of excitement for me as well. She works with the children at a stage where sometimes even mothers don't know how to handle them, how to deal with them, especially the first time mothers. So she deals with the kids at preschool level. She has her business of Montessori's and the daycare centers over here in Maryland, USA. So I'll welcome on board Miss Ishrat Memon. Thank you so much, Ishrat, for sparing this time. I can see that you are at your workplace and there would be so many things you are preoccupied, but thank you so much for joining us for today.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. So should we move on to the first question?
Oh, fine. It's just the volume is a little down.
Okay, let me adjust that from here. I think we can fix that. I think it's better now, or I'll speak a bit louder so that we don't have any glitch in listening. So my first question is that just share a bit of your journey as a Pakistani female in America, your journey, to this level, to becoming such a big name for the likes of me, you know, and please just share some details of your journey, first of all.
About my journey when I came in this country in 1974, I had a concept that I'm going to America, I will be treated equal. But time to time, again, I was proven wrong. My biggest challenge was financial. I had to work very hard to prove myself um, being worthy to my job, and I started educating myself. I started looking. I had a bachelor's from Karachi in home economics, and most of my subjects were nursery schooling, family psychology, child elementary. So I tried to get into that. And because the money was the big issue, here and there I was hitting community centers and educating myself. And I stepped in childcare as a cleaning lady, making $1.25 at that time, and then becoming a teacher's assistant teacher. Then I became assistant director, and at one point I was a director. So it was too much challenge for me, educating myself, taking care of my family, my child, and struggling to come shoulder to shoulder to an American woman. Their style, their way of living, I have to step in with my own cultural background to kind of blend in and be at one point with them, because I have to prove myself what I am. Otherwise, I was pushed back several times. Um, and at one point, I was given a contract to set up a couple of centers as a consultant. I did that for archives, Smithsonian's, and also one other computer company. And then at one point, the person I was working for, she was in a real estate also. She came and offered me to be a owner of the centers. And at that time, I had no means to take over the business financially. But because of my hard work and honesty, she said, Ishrat, I will help you out doing that. So then that was my challenge, that I have to have my business to that level that I have to pay her and also take care of the bills of my business, of my family. So at that time I was young. I worked 16 hours a time. I was cleaning my centers also as well as running it. Right now is a very sad time. It's a COVID. My numbers are down. But again, we are all praying together. The whole world is in pandemic. Um, I'm struggling myself, and inshallah, this is all going to be over, and we are going to get there. While all this is struggle, I also help lot of ladies who came into with me, helping their families, helping the immigration, helping them to step in into this education because they were willing. As a time, I was willing to come to that level, and so I did that part. Um, so today, yes, I'm an entrepreneur and also I'm working as part of Women Commission. Thank God.
Thank God, and thank you so much for sharing. Means like you have such a forthcoming and I would say natural way of talking. Many people don't have that, and it's my first interaction with you, and I'm already impressed. And my takeaway points from your introduction for the ladies who are junior and who are startups or who are just looking at some example to follow, I think would be as I look at you, you have maintained conventionalism with modernism all your life, like family and work. We call it family and work because your family is having different values from Asia, and then you are doing your business in America. So it's a challenge in itself when you have to meet through the dichotomies and find junctions for your own success. And secondly, yes, when you said you didn't have resources at that point, but you had a will to go ahead and have a business of your own, so that reasserts the point which I say that okay, money does not matter, your will matters. If you have will, you can just work through it. And I already love your resilience. Thank you so much. My next question would be, as you're dealing with the Montessori level of the education, what's the difference between this Montessori principle of education and other preschool discipline of education? How do you differentiate it?
Uh, Montessori is child guided. Montessori education is child guided, and it's a child choice. Again, it's parents' choice to go into structured learning or Montessori learning. So traditional learning is more guided, sit down learning with setup expectation for the children. Again, as I said, Montessori is child guided, is child choice. But the both program have their values and their strengths for the children. Again, in the end of the day, it's a choice of the parent what program to go into it.
So what happens in Pakistan, if I can just take a lead from here, what happens in Pakistan, I'm a mother who chose to send my child to the Montessori, keeping in mind that I'm an educationist, but I have dealt with the adult education at university level. I have never been dealing with the psychology of a child at preschool level. So I chose for Montessori that it should be up to him and the teacher. And I was opposed. I would say, not by the family, but by my friends and the professional friends and educated, well connected people who know and keep an eye on the education. They were like that you are wasting time and years of your child because it comes for 3 or 4 days and your child isn't willing to do anything but play with the blocks. And yes, means I'm so happy to hear it, but no judgment to anyone. Do you think Montessori is better than the structured one, or like what would you guide if as a mother I come to you and I say that okay, fine, I'm blank, please guide me, which one is the better for a first time parent to choose, the structured education principle or the Montessori one?
First of all, I would want to make that clear that I'm running my centers on a traditional structured preschools. I do have all my three centers are from infants to school age. So from 6 weeks to the 12 years old, that's what I do have in my center. One of my capacity is 235. The center right now I am, and my other two centers, one is of 100 and one is 48, at 48 of capacity. Now, I would not agree that Montessori is designed to I won't agree that it's for special need. I feel that Montessori motivates the child as a whole and across the domain of learning. However, Montessori program is most often benefit the special need. It does benefit the special need because of the learning atmosphere is around the child and their choices. It helps the in Montessori program the age group is also mixed. The older children and the younger children are together in the classroom. So the guidance of a different age group also helps the children each other. Uh, but I would not say that Montessori is for special need children. It's helpful, but Montessori is self-guided. It motivates the children socially, and there are all good points of both programs. There are no minuses for both. Now, structured learning is more sit down. There are goals for the teachers to achieve. There is a curriculum that we have to cover. But again, during the day, they do have the structured learning program is laid out in such a way. There's a choice of the time, but that is also guided by the teacher. That okay, this is the time the children can go and have kind of free play and their choice of. It's kind of blend in, but again, it's the teacher's choice. End of the day, it's a parent's choice. What program they are interested in. If someone comes and ask me, I will talk about the benefits of both programs and leave it to the parents. But definitely, it's not for the special needs children.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Did
you
I
so
answer
much.
your question?
No, perfectly, perfectly. And that makes me add one thing because when as a mother, I went into researching it. At first point, I said that no, Montessori is not for my kid. The same question because my kid is not special. He's a normal, brilliant kid. So why would he go for that? But when I went into that philosophy of Dr. Maria, who introduced Montessori back then in Europe, and then it was, I think, it was just somehow taken over by the American Montessori system, and it just expanded all over the world after that. Uh, I would like to add one thing. If Pakistani mothers don't judge me for that, because we knowingly or unknowingly in Pakistan, we puncture children emotionally and we don't realize it. So I think uh, um,
Yeah.
I because you're in business, I don't know whether you can say that or not, but I would recommend every mother in Pakistan to send their child to a proper Montessori system for by the age of 3 to 5. And that takes me to another question: how long a child should be at a preschool setup? For how long? For how many years of initial life a child should be at this kind of center to have a proper track of education in future?
You're talking about Montessori program, that how long the
Yes,
child should be in
yes. How
Montessori.
long? How long a child should be at the Montessori preschool education system?
I believe the child in a Montessori program should be there by the age of 5 and till kindergarten. After that, the child should move to the structured learning setup.
Mm-hmm.
So till the kindergarten, um, in my opinion, it's fine. Otherwise, the child can be in that program. But I would like for the child to adjust for the further studies. The child should be in that program till kindergarten environment.
That's great. That's great. So, would you just suggest something to the parents about, like, you said that even the structured type of education for the kids can be, if I got the right idea, that it can be directed as well, and a bit of the Montessori can be directed as well. So I would like to understand the balance, like how much direction goes where. If I said
How
my
much
son,
guidance should be given to a child?
yeah,
How much guidance given to the parent or to a child?
to a child, when a child is with you or at your setup, how much guidance does a child get? How much, or we can say how much exploration and self, like how much direction is required for the Montessori system and for the structured education system?
Well, Montessori education allows the freedom of environment,
Okay.
and children in Montessori generally learn from hands-on. So there, the guidance come of a teacher. The setup of hands-on for the school setup, the teacher is going to be rotating herself to, if I'm answering your question right, to guide the children
Yes.
to go from station to station,
Right.
and help them. Uh, but and that will benefit them because it's a freedom of environment. For the structured learning, the teachers have set goal that they have to achieve by the end of the day or by the end of
Session.
the study period.
Mhm.
So there they have to do lot of documentation for the parents. There's an evaluation sheet. There is a kind of a report card. That is what evaluation sheet is. They have to fill it out. So for that, they have to guide the child one to one, making the child away from the classroom, and whatever they have taught during the week or during the month or whatever their goal is. So there is kind of a testing also that is
Mhm.
called structured learning or traditional learning, which
Fine.
helps them um, more when they grow up into a real school system.
Mhm. Great, that's great. So I'm so happy that I sent my child to a preschool system, seriously, because when I'm just uh, I'm just listening to your answers, that I'm satisfied as a mother, because I can tell you that sending my son at a preschool system in Pakistan helped him much when he shifted here to USA at a school, and like after 2 weeks, I got a call from school that your child is conceptually so strong at picking the things that we think he should be upgraded to the next class. So I sent him at KG, but they said no, he'll be going to class 1 because he's reading, and he was so friendly with the phonics. That's another thing that kids have problem understanding sometimes. But the phonics that a preschool gives them in a play-like manner, and the concepts of mathematics that are given through these blocks, and I can just look at the background you're having in your classroom. It is so properly equipped. So just we usually don't do this, but the people who are listening to you for the first time, where are your centers located, so that if parents want to come to a vigilant person and hand over their child for care and upbringing all together, so where are your centers located for our viewers, please?
Well, thank you asking where my locations are. Uh, to be honest, Nargis, I want to really, well, that might be your other question, that how I want to move forward. I am in my 60s. My
That was my
centers
last that
are,
was my last question, but thank you for like coming on that. Let's have two questions in one.
I'm into 60s, and my all three centers, one is in Burtonsville, and one is in College Park, and one is in Beltsville. So my biggest center is in Burtonsville, and my smaller center is in Beltsville, capacity of 48, and the other center is in College Park. For my Burtonsville and for my Beltsville, I have to do a lot of marketing. Um, and there comes, I have to share this with you. With this new technology, when I was going to school, there was no such thing as internet
Yes.
or that kind of technical things, that I was not educated in it. There my husband came, and my son, they helped that part of me to get to that level. Even to sit with you, one of my staff was helping me how to
Yeah.
put the system together. So I'm blessed that my surrounding, my team, my teachers are with me for more than 8 years. The team has been good. So I must be doing right things for them. So these are my center in College Park, because it's closer to University of Maryland,
Yes.
and Kaiser Permanente and FDA. I do zero marketing there. Mashallah, mashallah. That center we started in 1972, and that was my first center that I worked in. So
That's great.
that is my location of my center. I start talking something else.
You just spoke like such a grounded and I would say strong lady. You just gave away your age. And that's another point of inspiration for me. Mashallah, you don't look like that age, but your experience speaks for itself. And I'm so happy to get connected with you here. And I hope that because I myself am looking for, there are, because mothers have genuine concern that where to leave their child. And it's all about if a child spends 4 to 6 hours at a place, there is a strong impression of that environment or the subconscious relaxation connectivity on child's psychology, which is like very it's relevant for the future personality also. So thank you so much, it was great having you on. And for my viewers, the takeaway points from today from Mrs. Ishrat Memon and her inspiring personality, like the hard work and then resilience and finances are not always required to get you into the business. So just look around, even some human resource can be of value if you don't have that liquid cash or money in your hand. So connect with the right people at right
Yes,
network, and
yes,
just do the right decisions, take right decisions at the right time. And above all, the point that I want to emphasize for every powerful lady, that empowerment is not the way certain radically, I would say radically liberalist people are projecting it. And uh, above all, your family stands with you. So this is a blessing for all those families who gel together, who are well connected, that we can always make our mark and name by having a combination and balance of conventionalism and modernism, because business is a hard thing for ladies. It's not a job. Business is setting your goal, having ambitions, going ahead and go catch it in a challenging environment. And Miss Ishrat Memon has done it in America, this is the second, I would say, biggest economy in the world, has always been challenging from a lady coming from a country which is known to the people. When I come across them as a Pakistani, the question is, the other day, a very, very well connected, I would say, person, a Russian American, asked me that I'm surprised that Pakistan can send such confident lady. He was talking about me. And because this is a country we always, read about the plight of women there and the acid attacks and these kind of things. But no, those are certain few cases. But most of the Pakistan is very protective, could be misguided at points, but very protective towards their females. So thank you so much for giving me this kind of energy for
thank
starting
you.
my day today. And
I
I
just
would love to
wanted
connect
to
back.
I just wanted to wrap up with that your honest work and your mom's prayer. I'm here.
Oh, yeah, perfect, perfect. Prayers we all believe in. Prayers we all believe in. Thank you so much. It was great having
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
So, with another episode next time and with some other exciting story, I would come back for my viewers. Thank you so much.
Thank you.